Jurgen Klopp this week announced that he will leave Liverpool at the end of the season.
I will leave the club.
The man's won almost every trophy with the Reds, but it seems that will all come to an end very soon. We're gonna make sure Jurgen Klopp gets back into management and hits the ground running. We're sending him back to his old club Mainz in the Bundesliga, and we're seeing if we can repeat the success he had in England with the German club. As yes, people, this right here is the team Klopp's got. I mean, he's got an old friend in Stefan van der Berg, but this team needs a lot of changes. And do you guys want to get some kits like this one? An insane replica for great prices. Visit Soccer Deal Shop. The link is in the description below. And if you use MWS10 in the checkout, you get yourselves 10% off. As looking at the highest rated, our goalkeeper, Robin Zentner. We've got Leandro Barreiro Martins. We've got talisman Ludovica Jorge, but the team looks like it needs a huge change. As if you're wondering how this is going to work, we've got Jurgen Klopp right there, and we've got the option to browse jobs right there. We are going to stay with Mainz for at least probably a season and a half before we can move on. The aim is to win the Champions League, and I don't think we're going to win it with that formation you see on screen, as this is the formation we're going to be going with. Going back to Jurgen Klopp's strengths, of course, with the centre forward, we're going to give that role to Burkhardt, who is only 22 years of age and looks very decent. But yeah, positionally, we know we need wingers in this. Maybe another centre mid as well, and a fullback. That wouldn't go amiss. Now, I know Jurgen didn't have the biggest budgets with Liverpool, but 15 million is certainly going to be a shock to the big German, because that is frankly not enough. As I've risked it and I've spent money on this academy. We've got one winger here in Jonathan Schaefer, but he isn't very good. We've got Ludwig Jung, who could use some work with a loan. Oh, we've got Patrick Simon, who we are going to get out on loan straight away. After the academy's been bought, the contracts are done. We're left with 14 million to budget with. So who's going to be the player that Jurgen Klopp brings in to help him turn Mainz into a good team? Well, I can reveal who the first one is. After all that time away from Liverpool, Klopp goes and gets a Liverpool player. Welcome to Germany, Stefan Beschetic. Yes, the youngster. He's been signed for Liverpool for 5 million, but won't be the only one joining in this window. We have signed this man, Romain de Castillo. Yes, he's 27. Yes, he's from Ligue 1, but to be fair, it looks well-rounded, as he's the position we needed. He goes straight in the team. Beschetic on the bench just for a little while. We'll give Kor the benefit of the doubt, although he looks like he could be changed to a centre-back. He's going to be put into training for that position before the first game, which is going to be the struggling Union Berlin. As now we should be able to put Beschetic in. Does this change his rating? It does. 79 for the centre-back. Sparks changes in the team. Beschetic, your time to shine, mate. As the team should have enough to survive. Come on, we should be beating Union. A draw with 10 men? Okay, not the best for Jurgen Klopp in his start back here in the Bundesliga, but we have faith that he will come good. And Jurgen, I mean, you was good at Liverpool, but I was not familiar with your game here in the Bundesliga. Yes, he did well at Dortmund in the past, but 8th with Mainz is amazing. What isn't amazing is the loss to Freiburg in round 2 of the Pokal, but we can forgive him for that. As after all, when we deep this really, it is 4 points off Frankfurt in 6th. Wouldn't mind some continental football, as we need to get Kraus training as a centre mid, because it looks like it might be playing him ahead of Beschetic, who I do want to play and has gone up a rating. Klopp trying to get the most out of him, as it's our position changed player that's done the business. Klopp inverting players like the genius he is. As top scorer, it's Marco Richter as well. It's a winger, a right-hand sided player. Does that remind you of anyone in particular that Klopp's managed before? Burkhardt in the middle as well has some fair amount of assists, so we need to train him up as well as a centre forward. And despite selling some players to accumulate 21 million, we've simmed to the end of the season, as we need to see where we finished. Was it? No, it wasn't European football. Just a little bit away from the aim, as it was, what was it, 7 points? 7 points off Frankfurt is not bad. For the first season with Mainz, who were clear of relegation, like we're going to get close to it anyway. Frankfurt as well in the final of the Pokal. They have Wolfsburg, as we was already out. And we've got a position change of one player, Burkhardt. He's gone up to 79 from training to be a centre forward. Amazing. Just a little bit more work with Bajcetic, who's getting played. And Kraus, that's what I'm going to call him now, in the middle. As one thing I didn't touch on is Patrick Simon at the club as well. We kept him here. He's 57 rated now. Not bad. But this man behind him, Philip Schulz, we need a centre-back for next season. And I've got him training as a centre-back. Currently just CDM, as Burkhardt ended up scoring most goals. Richter with 14, Castilla with 7, but Jurgen Klopp here at Mainz has had a very successful start. But of course, it doesn't matter how you start if you don't finish strong. As could this be our finishing season here at Mainz, we can move on. Looking at the team, we've got an 80 rated in here now. Bajcetic I brought to the club, so I don't want to get the best out of him, even if it requires taking him to another club. As we found Fernandez in the reserves, his rating's gone up, as it makes it really the wide players and right back we could go for. Contracts are a problem this year at Mainz as well, but I want to see how much we've got, of course. If we haven't got the money to sign them up, I'll replace them with whatever we've got, as it is 29 million. So, to be fair, the port only gave us 8 million more than we saved. As I've signed everyone up I could, so that's the money out the bank a little bit. Plus, we've got to get a scout out. Anyone good here? Whoa! Whoa! Now that is what I call an academy. Emil Schmidt, Hawk Janssen, Aaron Muller. 360 plus rated already, and that may keep us at Mainz a little bit longer. Phenomenal if you ask me, and it's only cost us 5 million doing contracts and academy. As here we go with the money. The first player is one we'll change the position of, which is Shinta Appelkamp, who sits in the division below. Not any longer. Same as this guy. He's come from the division below. This kid you might know though. If you watch a lot of career, we've signed the wonder kid of Asan Ouedraogo. I'm gonna just call him Asan to be on the safe side, as Shinta will be training as a left winger for the formation, and Asan actually is a centre forward. Yeah, call me crazy, keep calling me it, as Appelkamp as well is going to go straight in the team. Shouldn't take him too long to train as a left wing. This is before pre-season. A lot of players tired. We've got a lot of loanees out, like Hawke Janssen. Keep your eye on him. Same with Brahan Gruder, who's gone to Porto, and Nelson Wiper, a loan to Besiktas, is phenomenal. The two players we signed as well actually cost more than I expected, so only 10 million euros. I'm not being rash with that. Instead, I'm going straight into Stuttgart. We've still got Kraus training as a centre mid. A 1-1 draw. Burkhardt scored and missed a penalty in the first 10 minutes. It could have been a different game, but hopefully it's a different game next time alongside a different season. And this season, Jurgen's tricky Reds, or not Reds, checkered red and white, are a lot better than last season still. 5th position, only 8 points behind his old team in Dortmund. It's very good for Mainz, but again, could this lead to Jurgen leaving? We're out in the Pokal as well. The only issue is how good our young players are. In the team, we've got Jonathan Burkhardt, who's under 25. Same with Tom Kraus. We've got wherever he is. Here he is, Stefan Bajcetic as well. As for the kids out on loan, they're growing. You can see Gruder now 73, Asan now 71. To kiss goodbye to these players would be really difficult. Have the board backed us for the second half of the season? We kind of have been. We've got 15 million left. That's come from the sale of Letiche, who's gone to Lille and could bring another player. And I don't know if this is our last signing or not at Mainz, but we've made it anyway. I'm going to keep looking at jobs as Pedro Maliero brings himself in as a right back. And the end of the season's got me thinking, yes, the Portuguese right back might have been the final signing for the club, as we finish below Dortmund. They've had a bottle, but we've had an even bigger one. No European football, no Pokal, even quarter-final. This team's kind of let Klopp down a little bit there. I mean, we were so close to European football. So close, and we've got some quality players like Appelkamp, Burkhardt, and Kraus has grown to 81. Oh, it's such a stressful decision because we've got really good players coming back next year. I mean, Aaron Muller, for example, change him to a centre-back. We've got a world-class player on our hands, but it's just not working. Jonathan Burkhardt's put the hard work in for Klopp. I mean, 18 goals. It's going to be difficult But we're gonna have to browse some jobs. What jobs are available? Well, I mean, that would be a good job, wouldn't it? The old club Liverpool are the first to appear. There's also Manchester United, and you know there's no chance of that. Ah, but there is the option of Dortmund, who of course bottled it. And it would only be a jump from 7th place team to 6th place team for Klopp. Might as well try to apply as up. That is the message we wanted to see! Sign the contract. Money, money, money for Klopp. This is a good way to end the season. Very good way. As season number 3, look at this graphic. Jurgen Klopp with his Dortmund shirt. It's a homecoming. He's got to set this club up now to get back into Europe. As has the squad changed much? I mean, in the first team it hasn't, but I see a man on the bench who of course Klopp is used to. It is the one and only Darwin Núñez. As after crafting the best team, this is what I can get out, and to be fair, it is a very strong lineup. The only problem is, can it play Jurgen Klopp's formation? Can Darwin Núñez actually change to a centre forward? I don't want to change him to a winger as 30 weeks. I don't know. I don't know how he'd actually be as a centre forward. As of course we've joined in a window, so 88 million is what Klopp gets to play with. And he's gonna spend that money. As how's the academy here at Dortmund? It's not as good as Mainz, but we do have Jonathan Peters. He will get a loan move, and to be fair, there is a lot of young players. Julian Duranville, Byron Gittens. This is gonna be fun. But who do we sign as well? And Schalke fans, cover your eyes, because the first signing you ain't gonna like. He's joined forces with Klopp again. Asan Ouedraogo has come to Dortmund. He's on the wrong side of the Rieva derby, as the next one has come from Mainz. It is that centre forward we trusted very much. That's right, Burkhardt is at the club, as there is a lot of players that I kind of want to get out of this first team and the reserves. A lot of players here, so a lot of players to get out for Jurgen Klopp. As we've got rid of a few, I'll show you at the end who we have, as our next signing is already here. The third and final one is Miguel Gutierrez, who replaces Danny Carvajal. He's left the club, as let's get to see who we've sold. As if you think we've overspent with the players we've brought in, I mean, yeah, there is a lot of players going, including that move that went down. Darwin Núñez. I didn't expect that from him, as we've got to expect a result right here. I mean, when Klopp can get Fabio Silva to play well, there's only one thing to say, and that is...
Boom. Ooh.
And look how much money we've raised for halfway through. 190 million euros. We need to see where we are in the league, though. It could dictate our spending, and, I mean, do we really need to sign a player? Bayern Munich are 8th, by the way. We're 12 points clear of Bayern Munich and 4 points clear of Xavi Alonso. That's, of course, if he hasn't moved on to Liverpool, as Hansa Rostock beat us in the Pokal? Okay, so there is some concern to be had here. I mean, as team as well, I'm doubting that's as strong as Bayern Munich's. I think the goalkeeper Kobel helps us out big time. Having a good defense is crucial. As you can see his rating, he's only kept 6 clean sheets, but a 7.13. That's sensational, as it's been Karim Adeyemi scoring most of our goals. Nice one, as we loaned out a lot of players, because I know we had too many, and there was some players I wanted to keep, but the likes of Duranville just aren't cutting it, actually. And I know we've got a lot of money now, but I'm not going to spend it willy-nilly. The first signing here is Amadou Haidara, just a backup for our centre mid slot. And the second one, a new number 2, backup centre-back Logan Costa, the Cape Verde international. I didn't want to spend too much money. We should be winning the league. We've bottled the league to a team that we just bought the best player from. Leipzig come top, we come second. I mean, it's back in Europe, as Bayern Munich finished 9th. That is shocking. It's going to be a trophyless season, as our old club are in the final against Bayern. Well, that is a shock. That is a shock. And how's this happened? Is it the injury to Daniel Malen? He's out for a further 5 weeks with a torn groin, but I'm guessing that's not the main thing. It was Karim Adeyemi who scored 20 goals. Burkhardt doing his job again with 15. Seriously, lads, you're letting Klopp down. I mean, we've got a lot of good rated players that should be doing better. I didn't expect us to win the league. I expected Bayern Munich to win it, but when the chance comes, you have got to take it. Now you can see most of the squad now on international duty. It's good for them, but they'll have a shock when some of them get replaced. I mean, some of the lads that have just come back may be pushing the squad, but there will be signings definitely coming in. As none of them unfortunately replaced by one of these youngsters coming through the academy. Ben Mayer could make a good centre forward, but not a great centre forward. Not the one we're after anyway, as it turns out many of the players that were on loan have come back and haven't really been the players that we hoped they would have been. Julian Duranville, is it time to sell? Even Asan, is it time to sell him? I'm not sure, because we actually don't need the money with 199 million in the BVB bank. And apart from contracts, that will probably go towards another central midfielder and hopefully centre half. Oh, and also we'll need a backup striker. I've sold Fabio Silva. He is not good enough. As the first player is that centre midfielder, I've gone for a Fabinho approach. Vinny Souza for the bench. That's Vinny Souza, not Vinny Jr. As also going the other way, so he can sit on the bench, Asan. Yep. Was time for him to go. The money from him, though, helps us afford backup centre-forward Mateus Cunha. And no, not only Cunha, but we've signed for a return Achraf Hakimi. He's back in black and amber, and he is the right back we knew we needed. Straight into the team. Cost 100 million, that man. Bloody robbed us a little bit, but we've got Hertha Berlin to start us off with. And will he make the desired impact? No. No, he definitely won't. Fantastic way to start the season, as we've even had a draw in the mix. 3 games played and only 1 win, as we get our group announced as well, which is Atletico Madrid, Sporting and Rangers. I don't know how I feel about that. Of course, it should be only Atleti competing with us, but at the moment, Klopp's had a little bit of a wobble. And let's hope it was just a stint. Let's hope it was just a stint. We are 1 point off top of the league now. One thing we've learnt in Germany here, though, is it can all change like that. We were clear at top of the league last time, and you know exactly what happened. Are we in the Pokal for once? We are, but we bloody got Bayern Munich. Can we just avoid them? At least we've avoided them in Europe. We've got Fenerbahce, which should be a favourite to tie. I expect us to win that one, especially after blitzing our group with 6 wins. That is glorious. I mean, what isn't glorious is an injury to Malen. Then again, we've got Byron Gittins on the bench. Looks quite decent overall, actually. I can't complain. Just not a good start to the season, as this year we're being carried by captain Julian Brandt. We've pushed him forward in the midfield role to make him a cam, and yes, it seems like it's definitely working for the German playmaker. What's not been working, however, is the playtime of Vinny Souza. So as you can see, we're going to change him to a centre-back, and it improves him just a bit. But has it improved him enough for a starting position against Fenerbahce? I can tell the answer to that. It is a no, but he is still on the bench as... Oh dear. Cengiz Under and Sesko make sure we're losing. That can't be happening overall. We do have Adeyemi back for this second leg, and let's just hope it is a different story. Please, lads, don't lose to Fenerbahce. There we go. A 4-2 on aggregate. Get in there. Buys us a quarter-final against Atleti, who we beat twice in our group. This should be easy, as first game, though, is a draw. Adeyemi with the leveler. And don't tell me we're going to struggle away from home. 5-4 in aggregate. Now, that is another close call. Jurgen Klopp, the king of comebacks, he's done it against Barcelona. But this time, as you can see right there, he has to do it against PSG. Come on, we can perform. We've got some of their old players now. That is not what we wanted first leg. A second leg in Paris, and we lose 4-2 overall. Oh well, it would have been nice to do it season 1, but that ain't gonna happen here. Is there actually any silverware for Jurgen Klopp season 1? We finished 3rd in a 2-horse race. Embarrassing, however, we do win the Pokal, and that means Jurgen Klopp will have a trophy at last. Thank you, he's deserved it, as he got 20 goals out of 3 players in Burkhardt, Brandt and Adeyemi. All good, but it's the league position that actually isn't good at the moment. Jurgen has to do it this year. Jurgen has to win the Super Cup. Of course, not just that though. The league, the Pokal and the Champs League. As team-wise, we can make some big improvements. Hopefully, we have the budget to bloody sign a world beater. As after contracts, it's 91 million overall? That won't afford me the player I want, so we might have to sell some players. I mean, the position I'm looking at is a left winger. Karim Adeyemi does score goals, but the player that I have in mind is 10 times better. As I'm sorry to the lad, but off you go, Adeyemi. Off you go. I mean, am I really sorry, actually? Because he's got to move to Real Madrid. And I'm happy with his replacement. Jurgen Klopp has done wonders in getting the signature of that man you saw at the side, Rafael Leao from AC Milan. What a signing, honestly. And obviously, he goes straight on that wing. Straight in for Hoffenheim as well as, oh yes, we did win the Super Cup as well. A good sign if we are to challenge Bayern Munich as we start to, so we need to go on. A 3-0 win against Hoffenheim at home. All fine and dandy, but we've got to go again in the Champions League as well as Jurgen Klopp aims for more silverware. I can't take it anymore. I cannot take this anymore. I mean, it's Bayern Munich with another bottle. It is Mainz just behind us. But it is 3 points off Leipzig as Dortmund struggle for domestic success. Sure, yes, we got a Super Cup, but quarterfinals again we meet Bayern Munich. Last time we looked out, and we actually managed to get past them. But will this season be the same? You can see there's good ratings. I don't know if I'll add another player or not, but we should be good enough with that. We definitely should be above Leipzig with a talent such as Rafael Leao carrying us. As at least we still don't struggle in Europe though. 13 points and a game against Chelsea. That will be interesting as... Ooh, this is interesting right here. Yes, we have made another signing, and it's a huge improvement. Ismail Benassa joining his teammate Leao. Both back to Germany, but both traveling to London for the Chelsea game. Come on, lads, don't let me down. Don't let me down. It is an easy first leg, and even the second leg. We beat Chelsea 7-3. Jurgen, mate, this is brilliant from you. Even more brilliant, we've drawn Inter. Leao and Benassa should be roaring to beat these. They're not roaring at all. Beaten at home, but winning away. It is a classic Jurgen Klopp comeback. Get in there, as I would have rather had them in the final if we got there, but Man United next. The old rivals, as can we have an impact against them, Burkhardt? Get in! Have that one, Darwin Núñez. Of course, he moved to United. Haven't checked if he's in the team, but it doesn't matter. Dortmund in the final of the UCL, and we have Napoli. I don't know where this is taking place. As in the league, you can see as well we won the title. Jurgen might not go out with just a UCL, but a domestic double potentially. Oh, I mean, it will be. We won the Super Cup. We do have that. But we actually lost the Pokal final to Heidenheim. I mean, we didn't lose to Bayern Munich, but Heidenheim. Come on, really? As Jurgen's built this team right here to go into the UCL final. They've won him trophies. They've done the lot for him. But this trophy right here would top the lot. Here we go. Here we go. It's all down to this. Klopp's lads going out there to win, I think, his second UCL. We know where he's won it before as Daniel Malen. I don't think Jurgen Klopp would be a big fan of Malen, but he's around his man. He's crossing a ball in and Julian Brandt scoring 6 minutes in. Okay, this was not in the script, but the captain of Dortmund, the leader, the legend, the number 19, has just done the obscene. I'm going to keep rhyming as look at that. It's a goal that really glitches the laws of physics, doesn't it? I mean, sure, we'll take it. There's a long way to go, though, lads, so please, no complacency. If anything, could we get another? As Daniel Malen looking for that gap into Julian Brandt again. Here he is. We'll lay this one off. We'll let Felix Nemecha have a go. And Hakimi down the line into Daniel Malen. This is domination. It honestly is, as Malen's got the ball back on this wing, and he is shredding Miranda the fullback. It's just a shame he is too fast for his own good. Unlucky, though, we keep on going. Kvitschela, oh my days, Schlotterbeck just slots his leg in between his to block the ball and centers on a little bit of an attack, but I just dismissed time It is 1-0 at halftime. We'll just keep on going the way that's gone. I mean, that was the quickest half, I think, ever. As Politano spoke about him retiring, but Schlotterbeck again with the tackle. He's been brilliant as Brandt. Look at the in-play. Look at that. Exchanging the ball as Burkhardt running through at the keeper, and he's waited too long. Got to hit that earlier as Hakimi, though, we're still going to keep the ball alive. Falls back to us. Ismail Benassa from range. Even Klopp thought that was in. Just look how close that truly was. We'll score it next time, as look at that. Brandt as well doing his defensive duties despite getting the goal. As Nemecha slides through Daniel Malen now. We've got so much pace in this team. It is unreal. Malen uses, I think this is Hakimi. Hakimi to run down the line and play it in at the near post. Only 25 minutes to go now as well, and Schlotterbeck delivering that into Rafael Leao with the quick feet. Miguel Gutierrez, he gives it into Burkhardt. Tapped it straight off for Brandt to go for his brace. Just got to keep on going as Creature. No, they haven't deserved anything. And Schlotterbeck, are you all right? Has he seriously just done that? Has he seriously done that with 20 minutes to go? Okay, so it's going to be a penalty. You can see the tackle wasn't a good one, and they're even making a change after that. As it's going to be Victor Osimhen to take it, and of course he bloody scores. Of course he scores! This is slightly embarrassing now. After all the domination, how are we level? How are we level? I mean, we've just got to get going in this game again. Miguel Gutierrez through onto Rafael Leao. It's Brandt. If Brandt's onside, Brandt has just won us the game, hopefully again. It is literally just him against Napoli. I mean, I don't even know what to say about this man. The number 19, it morphs through his foot again. I wouldn't be surprised if he's an extraterrestrial. Back in the lead, and now not long to go. Please, referee, just blow your whistle early. I wouldn't mind the whistle going as we're into 3 added minutes. Come on, lads. Osimhen with the ball at his feet. Hakimi steals it off it. Jurgen Klopp on for his second UCL. As Leao's handled it, though, and now a free kick to defend last thing. It's Creature with the ball whipped in. Soulé with the header. Burkhardt with the awkward quick. Daniel Malen with the second header, though, as the whistle is blown. That should be the job done. It is a big victory here for Jurgen Klopp. His tricky black and ambers have won him after he's come from his rest. The UCL title. Just look at that. The man who scored both goals lifting it. It is poetry in motion for Julian Brandt. That is a big rebuild. If you want me to see a new The Manager rebuild, tell me down below and click the videos right here to see other stuff we've got on the channel.